Hi guys, so today I have a pretty interesting video for you. It's an experiment with a bunch of kids, fourth and fifth graders, giving their humble and smart, of course, opinions of on Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, talking about the election, what they really think of both candidates. So, without further ado, why don't we get right into it? Let's watch. Interesting.
What's the first word that pops into your head when you hear the name Kamala Harris?
Liar.
What's the first word that pops into your head when you hear Donald Trump?
Pure evil.
Which one do you think is more selfish?
Like selfish, probably her.
Kamala Harris?
Yeah, because girls are a little bit dramatic sometimes.
And do you think that people in the United States are ready to have another 4 years of Donald Trump if he's reelected?
No.
Why not?
Because, I feel like all he does is, complain and, yell.
The researchers found that opinions of the candidates from these 10 and 11-year-olds spanned a spectrum as wide as America.
Donald Trump, he's given his life and his heart.
She even shook hands with Mr. Trump to greet him before the started the debate, which is pretty kind of when you're going against your opponent.
The study was designed by psychologist Ashley Landrum and political scientist Shanto Iyengar. Landrum conducted all the interviews and showed the students pictures of the candidates and asked them questions like,
Which one of these two do you think is more honest?
Which one of these two do you think would keep us safer if they were elected?
Landrum also showed them an emoji chart and a feelings chart and asked them questions like this.
I'm going to ask you how much you like each of these two candidates.
The questions were phrased to promote more open-ended conversations.
I live in an apartment. I want to get a house, but it's hard.
One thing that the kids talked a lot about, former President Trump's legal issues.
How much do you like Donald Trump using that scale?
Probably, Donald Trump probably hates me for doing this, so,
You really don't like Donald Trump?
I mean, come on, he went to, jail,
To be clear, while Trump was booked and released from jail, he didn't spend time behind bars. 32% of all students brought up the former president's legal issues. In general, kids who said they'd support Donald Trump did not see his legal problems as a disqualifier.
Hi, how are you doing today?
This was in May before Trump's conviction.
Should he be president again still?
Yeah, we can say, for example, JFK. He cheated on his wife, but, people still loved him. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, both slave owners. Being a slave owner is really bad. It's a really bad thing. But they still had 2 terms. So I think even though Trump has done bad stuff, he still deserves to run for president.
He's just echoing his parents word for word. I mean, talking about Washington and Jefferson owning slaves, and they were able to have 2 terms, and also Kennedy cheating on his wife. You telling me this kid is not listening to his parents? Come on. But it was so cute though. Yeah, so cute. So let's continue watching.
Just curious.
And now?
Which one of these two candidates do you think is more likely to do bad things?
Convicted felon against a liar.
Convicted felon. Yes, that is correct. But Kamala the liar, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I guess.
Who do I pick? Let's say Trump because he's a convicted felon.
Do you think it's okay for somebody who is a convicted felon to become president of the United States?
Yes.
Many children were also very aware of the first assassination attempt on former President Trump.
And which one do you think is tougher? Donald Trump?
Because he did survive a gunshot.
And does anything else make him tougher, do you think? Or was it mostly his reaction to that?
He's also pretty brave. I mean, if I was president and I was talking in front of a lot of people, I would be really scared.
And why would something like that happen?
There's a lot of cruel people in the world and stuff. And whenever something like bad happens to them, they'll want to take it out on somebody else that they don't like.
Yeah. And how does that make you feel?
Kind of like nervous because, like, and you never know, one day it could be you.
Oh my God, these little kids are so interesting. And they know so much more than we give them credit for. When they pretend they are not listening to adult stuff, don't believe them because their little brain that is not totally formed yet is registering everything. And they go out there acting all grown up and repeating verbatim everything they've been hearing from their parents. Yep, that is what is going on. Anywho, guys, I have part two coming up where they give their weird opinions on Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, and also find out which kids were more extreme in their views, Democrats kids or Republican kids. So stay tuned for part two, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, ciao ciao.